Heist films are a solid formula for success in Hollywood. Because of the scale of operations, it means you can get a big cast of stars, you can have grounded action set pieces to keep the budgets low, and as long as you have an iconic image of the robbers to put on the poster, you can get a striking image to sell your film. But because of this proven formula, it's hard for heist movies to surprise or even impress anymore, especially since 99% of them follow the exact same structure. The latest movie vying for a piece of box office pie is 999, which is full of big name stars, many of whom are Academy Award nominees, has a cops and robbers grounded aesthetic, and has bank robbers covered in red paint for the poster. It also comes from director John Hillcoat, whose last movie I absolutely loved, Lawless. But can it get over the problems of a trite formula, or should we call 999 to report a movie that is dead on arrival? The most recent comparison for this movie that I can think of is The Hateful Eight, in which the audience spend the entire running time with morally reprehensible characters. These are criminals after all. However, while that movie was about those characters getting what was coming to them and knowing full well that they were despicable, 999 seems to be under the impression that these criminals and corrupt cops are worth rooting for. The issue with making a movie about criminals is that you need an emotional anchor, and 999 simply doesn't have one, no matter how hard it tries to force one in there. I say force because the entire cast of 999 are bone dead stupid. There's no easy way to structure a review like this, so I'm just going to list all of the dumb things that the characters do in the movie. We have mafia boss Irina Vlaslov forcing the group to commit another heist, and in order to intimidate them, she has the most important member of the group killed, Russell. The movie opens with the group robbing a bank, and it's safe to say that they would have never completed the job without the technical and surveillance skills of Russell, so why would Irina, who wants the group to orchestrate a heist, kill the person most instrumental in making sure the heist happens? It will be like asking someone to write up their homework and then cutting off their fingers. Does the mafia want this job done or not? And thanks to Russell's death, it sends his brother Gabe into a downward spiral of despair, so that's another group member incapacitated, making the job harder to do. And while a lot of Gabe's actions over the course of the movie can be attributed to grief, he essentially only exists as a loose cannon to screw everything up and create artificial tension. And then we have the group's plan to kill the cop to instigate the 999, but instead of treading lightly, they leave paper trails, a legion of witnesses, and go about the job with no subtlety. With two of these criminals being police officers, how on earth did they not get busted earlier if this is the way they operate? So we have criminal characters with no one actually worth rooting for, contrived plot points, and immensely stupid behaviour, but at least the plot has some interesting twists and turns, right? Well, no, because 999 follows the heist formula to the letter, ticking off every obligatory moment as it goes. The movie opens with a heist to show off the team dynamic, the stakes are set, they plan the next one, mini action scene, the plan gets going, stuff inevitably goes wrong, climax, twist, epilogue. Everything that happens in 999 you can see coming from a mile away, so none of the twists hit their mark. I can only imagine viewers getting enjoyment out of the story and being surprised if they have literally never ever seen a heist movie in their lives. The acting is passable, but the characters are flat and not very well defined. Chiwetel Ejiofor is clearly trying but doesn't have any material to work with, and the same goes for Anthony Mackie. Aaron Paul has one note throughout the entire film, and I've not got a clue what direction Clifton Collins Jr. was given. Casey Affleck just plays a generic good cop who is likeable but not memorable. Gal Gadot plays a pair of legs and gets nothing to do, and I am amazed that the crew even managed to finish filming the movie because of the amount of scenery Woody Harrelson is chewing. Kate Winslet does okay, and it's cool to see her in a villain role, but it's clear that her elaborate hairstyles are doing most of the acting for her, so much to the extent that her hair actually has its own credit. I'm not even making that up. If 999 just had stupid characters, or just had a formulaic plot, or just unlikable leads, then it wouldn't be so bad, but because 999 has all of these elements, it just fails to come together on a basic level. I could never bring myself to hate it because it was generally inoffensive, and at 115 minutes, it never felt like it dragged, but the lack of any audience cipher or reasonable, rational character to gravitate towards results in a very passive experience. 999 is the type of movie that you would leave on in the background when doing work or other things. performance, it's wallpaper entertainment, and you'd think that a movie with a cast this accomplished, between them they have at least a dozen Academy Award nominations, that you would get much better than that. It all looks nice, with the opening heist being the standout of the movie visually, but it kinda speaks volumes for the lack of substance or selling points for 999, that a moment that only lasts a minute in the movie and has no bearing on the plot, the red paint, has been plastered all over the promotional material. The gunfights are well put together, the makeup is strong, the lighting is continually impressive, but the music by 4 composers never really hits the mark. So after all of that, here's my conclusion. 999 adheres to genre formulas so tightly and without compromise that it never becomes more than a passive experience. Revolving your movie around criminals will always be a hard sell, but when you make them overpoweringly stupid and flat on a character level, then it just results in a film that has practically nothing to offer despite an accomplished cast. It comes together on a production level with the money being well spent, but the only reason you should ever watch 999 is if you have it on as background noise or you have never watched a heist movie in your life, because if you've watched at least one, you will see every twist, plot point or character beat coming from a mile away. I give 999 1.5 stars out of 5.
I don't have a problem taking out a cop.
There's gotta be a different way.
I do a cop just like that.
Hey folks, thanks for listening to my review. You can find these reviews a day early on my website, so be sure to visit www.trilbee.com regularly, where you can find a written version. I'm just experimenting with a new format, so let me know if you like these audio reviews to complement the written ones. Your feedback is greatly appreciated. But more importantly, what did you think of the film? Be sure to let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to subscribe for more movie related analysis. Please hit that like button, as it really helps me out, and you can support my content through Patreon for exclusive perks and rewards and updates. I'll see you folks next time.